New Sarah, N.J. Mortensen, having not been able to reach her sire in 5 days, she hasn't even gotten one response back. She's feeling a bit unnerved. She's decided to go to the only place she knows of to get answers, to get understanding. Maybe what she did really was some grievous thing. She doesn't know. She makes her way to the church of the Malkavians, where her primogen and several others reside or frequent. She'll park her car out front, looking around, hoping that maybe off chance she'll see Claire. She misses her, even though she's certain Claire's furious with her since she hasn't talked to her since then. She walks in, heading to the kindred section. I guess it is in her mind the section where her family, so to speak, goes, hangs out, frequents.
Well, as you kind of get to the door into the side chapel where most of the Malkavian activity goes, you hear a soft kind of crying behind the door. And when you open the door and look down the pews and stuff, you see a lady with short black hair, and it sounds like she's crying. It's Claire, and she's not doing so well.
NJ pauses for a moment, almost in disbelief, but then she composes herself and quickly hurries up there and kneels down in front of Claire. Are you okay?
You. What are you doing here?
Me?
What do you want?
I'm worried about you.
Oh, you're worried about me. You kept on saying that, Kenny, you didn't like him, that you didn't trust him. You were jealous. You were jealous. And after all this time and love and blood and sweat and tears I gave to you, this is how you repay me?
What are you talking about?
They took him away. They took Kenny away from me. Someone told Lothario, and he took him away. What did I tell you about keeping secrets about people's friends?
I didn't talk to Lothario. I didn't know who you.
I don't.
The only time I've only spoken
to Lothario. I don't believe you.
Once.
You were jealous, and I could tell. Do you think I'm blind?
No, I was jealous, but I've only spoken to Lothario once, and that was Elysium. I didn't learn who you had been seeing until after that.
It didn't matter. You just knew I was seeing somebody, and I wasn't seeing you.
I'm pretty sure Teresa knew. Especially after that.
Teresa knows everything, but she wouldn't tell Lothario. I thought I let you down easy. I did care about you. I still do care about you, Norma Jean. But I didn't want to get you involved with that, because that was something for me. That was something that made me happy. And it was real. There was no tricks. There was no blood bond. We cared about each other, and it's gone now.
NJ kind of sits back onto her heels. I didn't want you to hurt. I would never have done something to hurt you.
Well, I suppose it's too late now. I don't have it anymore. I can't convince him to come back, not after what happened.
Last time I saw you, you guys were having fun, and I just tried to let you have your fun. I ran into people I knew, so I tried to busy myself.
I trusted you. I introduced you to him even though it probably wasn't a good idea. I should have just kept you in the dark like I had before. But no, I had to open up and I introduced you to him, and I gotta go. I gotta go. And she kind of stands up and rushes out.
NJ's gonna get up and follow her.
As you stand up to follow her, she just turns around. Leave me alone. I need to be left alone. And she just kind of keeps wandering out. Well, not wandering out. She's walking fast, quickly.
NJ's hurt. But she wants her space. She wants her space. So NJ sits down, herself now wanting to cry.
When you sit down, you see where Claire was sitting, and you look at, there seems to be pieces of metal and plastic sitting there. As you kind of look at it for a moment, it dawns on you that it's Claire's phone. She's crushed it into pieces.
NJ feels a bit lost at the moment. Her emotions, things that she'd been doing so well to keep calm and smooth, when it comes to Claire, they just come boiling out, and she can't help it. At times it's almost overwhelming. She reaches down and picks up the pieces of phone, seeing if it can be put back together. Probably not, but she cradles it in her hand before she starts crying. What have I done? But I didn't do anything. I didn't tell Lothario. I didn't tell Lothario. Why would she think I told Lothario? God. And she gets up and makes her way quickly, almost in a run, out to the front of the church, wondering if she can still see Claire about.
No, you can't see her. You can see the typical gentlemen that usually loiter around the front of the church. They kind of look at you for a moment before kind of just getting back to their business.
She heads back into the side chapel, realizing that she's starting to cry. She pulls a napkin out of her purse and begins trying to wipe up the blood using a compact to make sure she gets the majority of it. She closes it. And for the first time probably in her life, she takes some time to pray. She's not sure exactly who she's praying to or what'll come of it, if anything, likely nothing. She's lost. She doesn't know what to do. She needs guidance. She's praying slightly under her breath so that maybe someone will hear her, some guidance. She's lost the one person she cares the most about, and that person thinks she's done something horrible. And she didn't do anything horrible, though. She told Lothario she didn't know who she was meeting. Lothario must have been having her followed. It's the only thing she can figure out. Why would Lothario do something like this? Is he trying to hurt Claire? Hurt me? Or is this what he thinks is protecting his family? This isn't protection. This is abuse. And she gets up, looking around. almost a bit of anger on her face, wishing she would see him just so she could hit him. She wants to hit something. And she just clenches her fist, that anger. He doesn't do this to her. This is not acceptable. And she's going to head to the door that leads back to where Celine took them that one time. And she's going to knock. She doesn't know that if she's going to get a response. She's probably not. She doesn't even know what she's going to say if somebody does answer.
Oh, I'm muted. Oops. No, you're not. It doesn't appear anyone's in or is answering, at least.
She takes a deep breath. She's leans against the wall for a moment, trying to figure out where to go, what to do now that she's alone. She's alone. That thought. She had kind of been alone. She had had acquaintances, friends, well, mostly acquaintances, people she knew from work. She has a couple people, that she trusts and can turn to, but she had had Claire. Claire had answered her questions. She'd been there for her for anything she needed. She was compassionate and caring. Now she was alone. She looks up at the statue of Christ and she kind of glowers at it. I've seen what faith does. Destroyed people's lives. And with that, she turns. She throws the door open to the main chapel as she leaves the side, making her way out to her car.
Well, as you leave, you see Teresa come into the church. She kind of sees you upset. Oh, NJ, is everything all right?
NJ, her breath, she catches a breath as she sees Teresa. She tries to swallow back the anger and pride. Did you tell Lothario about who Claire was with?
Oh, well, no, of course not.
Who did?
I have no idea. Just hold on a sec. Don't move, as I like to say. You can go ahead and roll your perception empathy, though.
Perception, empathy. Should be 5. Next, the thing will open. There we go. Perception, empathy. Yes. 3 successes.
Oh, you could tell she's hiding something. She seems a little bit nervous when you ask. Why are you asking, Norma Jean?
She'll see NJ's hand kind of clench because somebody took him away from her, Lothario. And Claire seems to think it was me. She wants nothing to do with me.
I see. She can be a little irrational sometimes. I will have a chat with her when I get the chance. Between you and me, though, whether you did it or not, you did her a favor. That boy was trouble.
That's not for you to decide.
That man had pornographic videos of her I had to recover. Like I said, trouble.
If
But
it
either
makes her
way,
happy, what does it matter to you?
matters a lot. Either way, I'll have a chat with her, dear. And she just heads on in and leaves it at that.
NJ walks up to the wall next to the door, her arms shaking, wondering how she managed not to punch Teresa in the face. She's pretty sure if she'd have stayed another moment, she would have come hell or high water. She's gonna make things right for Claire as best she can. Doesn't matter if she made pornography. NJ just socks the wall, the stone wall, and she lets out a slight scream as she does so, just trying to get that anger and frustration out. She straightens herself up, shakes her hand as it aches slightly from the wall. Yeah, we'll see how well you handle that, Claire. See if the truth will fix things. Pretty sure that Viper Teresa did this. I'll make sure everything's better. I'm gonna fix it if I can. Or there will be hell to pay. NJ opens the door again to leaving the main chapel now. Walking very deliberately. There's the anger still clinging to her as she gets into her car. And that's where this scene will end.